Today's video is about replacing we're in the rear of the car. We're doing the park brake shoes and the park brake cable. Now, usually you don't have to do the park brake shoes or the park brake cable, but the issue is if you start messing around with upper and lower ball joints, wheel bearings or anything like that that requires the removal of the rear wheel knuckles, chances are you're going to end up breaking the retaining clips of the park brake cable. Reason why I am replacing the park brake cable, because it broke when I did and you'll see in the previous videos if you go to the channel, and you'll see videos about the upper and lower ball joints in the rear and doing wheel bearings. I ended up breaking the park brake retaining clips, and I'm gonna get into all of that. So that being said, let's talk about prices of components, part numbers, the tooling you're gonna need, and now we're gonna make this happen. Let's do it. Auto House AZ is who I mainly go to most of the times for getting any Mercedes parts. And here over here you see the prices for 2026, beginning of 2026, prices and what the part numbers are. You're gonna see the left side there, park brake cable, right side park brake cable. Yes, there are two different cables, two different part numbers. And as you, I don't know if I could zoom in for you. Anyway, the left side, the park brake cable part number is 163-420-0785, whereas the right side, part number for the park brake cable is 163-420-0885. Now, it is a rule of thumb, odd numbers on the left, even numbers on the right. And on the very bottom, this is all Phoebe components, by the way. The Phoebe Bilstein park brake shoes, and they also come with springs and retainers and clips and whatnot. Part number for the shoes is 163-420-2220. You're looking at here the prices for, again, 2025 prices with shipping, taxes, and so on and so forth. This is what it costs you to get the park brake cables and the shoes. Now that we talked about the parts and prices, let's jump into what kind of tooling and consumable stuff you're gonna need to make this job happen. Now, as far as tooling goes, not much to it really. These are what the components look like for the parts. See, this is your cable. These are your shoes. They're exactly the same for right and left. These are your clips, your springs, and these are the pins from behind, but you could keep the original ones because that's what I did. And these are your consumables that I am using, zip ties, and this is wire wrap or cable wrap, and I'll show you here shortly why. Otherwise, all you're really going to need is a 18 millimeter to remove the caliper so that we could remove the rotor. You're going to need I think this is a 5 millimeter Allen key for this right here. You see it? Remove the rotor. And then it's going to expose the shoes and the cables. And let me show you what the job, once it's done, it's going to look like. Because I already did the other side so that I could tell you all about the difficulties you're going to run into to make this job happen. Let me show you. This right here is what the job looks like. Here's your new shoes. Here's the new cable. Now you'll see that I put the wire wrap right here because you're going to see that the cable runs through a couple of loops that has grommets. They're hard plastic, they're not rubber, and they're brittle, and as soon as I touched them, they broke. And same goes for retaining clips by the dry shaft that hold the cable attached to the roof of the body, and those two broke, and I ended up using zip ties. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Now, you see how this is? You can't quite see it. Let me get a light to it so you see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Here we go. Now we have a light. You see how this is? Take pictures, and I cannot stress that enough. Take pictures so you know exactly how the spring goes, how the shoes goes, because that spring only goes one way. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here shortly. Same goes for the back. You see it? You see that barrel where the teeth are? Here, let me fix this light up so you see what I'm talking about. You see this drum right here? You see how the teeth are? You're going to be making this adjustment through the hole that the stud goes through. So you're going to have to be super careful when the time comes, and I'm going to show you how to do that. How the spring goes, how the clips goes, how the shoe is mounted. So because this only goes one way, and be super careful when you install this part right here. that the cable is actually engaged. This is what the issue was. This cable here has retaining clips made of plastic, and then when I had to remove this yoke, this whole the cable broke, and the park brake started acting weird every time I would engage it, and the car would roll always just a little bit whenever I put the park brake. Hence the reason why this got replaced. So now let me show you on the bottom what I'm talking about here. Let me roll under there so you get a better idea what this involves. See this right here? This is one of the loops I was telling you about. I ended up putting a wire wrap. It's Teflon. It's an anti-chafing substance, or an anti-chafing good tool to make sure that your vibrations over time don't put a hole in your park brake cable. Be super careful of the routing of it. You see where it goes? It goes through right there. So in this particular case, for the right side, you're going to have two loops. One is right here that I showed you earlier, right there. And the other one is right here. You see it? This is for the right side. The left side is routed slightly different. And this is what I'm talking about. I had to put zip ties in a double fashion because right there, those clips, see it? I had to do it right there. Because the clips, they look like that. You see it? As soon as you pull the cable here, let me get you some lighting so maybe you can see a little better. Now, obviously, because it's a Sunday and can't quite get these clips. See what they look like? Oh, you see it? As soon as you pull that cable, that clip is gonna break, unfortunately. The same goes with the grommets. I don't know if you see the grommet right there. Let me see if I could put a light on there. You see that grommet? Can you see it? There's a grommet right there, and as soon as you try to pull the cable through that, we try to remove that grommet, that's gonna break. That's the reason why I moved it to that wire wrap. It's Teflon, and then this is right here is where it disconnects and reconnects. See right there? Let me see if I can. That's what that looks like, and we're gonna do the other side right there. You see it? It's already disconnected, and the new cable goes right there. So the left side, like again, the right side is already done. We're about to do the left side, and this is where you come in. You're just gonna witness all this. You see how yellow that plastic is? That's so dried up and brittle. As soon as I try to press those clips to pull that cable through, those clips are gonna break. So that's what the new cable looks like. All right, now that you know the routing, it's right above the dry shaft, and what it takes to make this happen, how about we make it happen? All right, let's do this. See, that's what it looks like once it's clipped. Obviously, I am planning on replacing those clips, right? Those zip ties with the actual clips, so that I don't know, feel safer about it. That's gonna work, but I mean, that's a temporary solution of how to safety the cable to the bottom of the body. Okay, let's do this. Okay, here we go. First thing we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna take this caliper off, because you will not be able to take the, move you out of the way a little bit so that I can actually move this ratchet. You're not gonna be able to take the rotor off unless you take the caliper off first. It does require an 18 millimeter. Okay. And just like that, the caliper slides right off. You're going to move it aside. And where you're at, what you're going to do is you're going to cut the, well, I don't know if you can see it, but in my case, because I didn't have these clips, I ended up putting zip ties. So I'm going to cut these zip ties like that, and it will free up the park brake cable from the clip. All right, so that's it. Just put it aside. This is nice and out of the way enough. Now let's remove the rotor. Next is the rotor. You're going to have a retaining screw. It's a 5 millimeter. Last time I put this in, I had some Loctite. This is probably why it feels like it's a little tight. And that's it. The rotor comes right off. And we have full access. Here we go. Again, pay attention. Take pictures. See? On the other side, the barrel, the teeth were facing upwards. On the left side, the barrel, the teeth are facing on the bottom. And if it's too tight for you to remove the rotor, Then with the screwdriver, you'll just go through the hole of where the lug bolt goes that holds the wheel in place. And you're just going to play with this like so. You see it? You're going to turn that barrel to loosen up the shoe as necessary. Right now, for example, I'm just tightening it down to give you an idea. Alright, so now let's remove the shoes. Let me show you how this is done. Super easy. Give yourself a needle nose. Here you go, see it? Remove the spring. Remove the barrel like so. And same thing on the other side. I'm going to move you over on the other side. I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to see it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to remove these clips. Going to be pressing. It's tricky, but you know But you got this. You got this, my friend. You got this. There you go. Top click is removed. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom clip. Again, pay attention to how this stuff is installed. Press it in and push at the same time. Can you see it? I'm trying to give you the best lighting possible, bud, but you know. Right. Okay, now you can pull. Here it is. Hit. Now the shoes are out. That's it. This is also out, and we can take this out as well. There it is. Okay, now you can pull the cable out from the behind it, and that's it. See it? We are ready to rock and roll. All right, now let's move to the bottom of the car, and I'm going to show you how to loosen up the clips and see what I mean? See how I broke right here the cable, and that's because to remove the knuckle, this had to be removed, and there's no tool to get in there to compress the clips, and being old and brittle, that's what happens. Okay, let's move to the bottom. I'm going to show you how to remove the cable and how to route the cable out from under the car. Next, we're going to pull the cable from the clips. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, it's kind of hard to hold this camera and pull the cable at the same time. So I'm going to show you once I remove the cable. What I'm talking about here is I am removing it from here. I'm going to have to break this. Hold on, I lost my light. I'm going to have to remove this, break this clip right here. I can't find it now because it's dark. I'm going to have to break this clip right here in order to, see it? Break this clip right here in order to remove this cable. Anyway, let me remove it, then I'll show you what I'm talking about here, what I did. It's kind of hard to do and show you at the same time. All right, as you can see, the cable is out, and sure enough, as soon as I pulled on those studs, the clips by the dry shaft, look at that, they broke right off. But I like the right side, the left side, I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't have a, let me see if I can get you a good angle so you can see it. It doesn't have, you see it? It doesn't have a loop, it has a hook. So not only will we'll have to put some wire wrap around the part cable, but we're gonna have to zip tie it to that so that it doesn't slide out of there. And now, and there we go, it's fully disconnected from, see it? It's fully disconnected as well. Now mind you, that's right above the dry shaft by the transmission, so that's where you're gonna hook up the cable at. And you're gonna route it in and out from the back first. So you pull it out. You're gonna pull it out from there, and you're gonna route it in from there, going in. You don't try to pull it out from the front. You're gonna pull it out from the back, and you're gonna insert it from the back. So let's go ahead and route this cable in, and let me show you what the old cable looks like. Let me get out from under this car. Mind you, guys, be super safe. If you don't have a lift. Ooh. See, this is the clips. As soon as I touched it, look at that, it broke right off. This is the part that goes under the transmission. Look at that, it just broke right off. I mean, usually these don't go bad. These cables don't go bad. The thing is that when you do maintenance on it, though, these break because they're old. This is the on the side of the drum right here. And it's gonna slide right through the back here. See right where this hole is. Okay, let's route this new cable. This is the other. And look at this. This is the grommet I was telling you about. These are the grommets. They're 2.5 moons. They clip together. And if you want to try to get them, you can. I mean, if you could find them. I just decided to go an alternate method to do this. Part number 4 of these is A163 427 0012 for each half. So you're going to need 2 per loop right there. There's going to be 2 for each cable. So you're going to need 4 of these. And if you could find these, man, let me know in the comment section and I'll order them myself because I was doing a search on the internet for these. See how they break? As soon as you pull that cable through and they just snap because it's old, brittle plastic. They're not rubber, they're plastic. So they just break. All right, so new cable is right there. Let's route the new cable in. All right, my friend, as much as I wanted to show you how to pull a cable through, I think you have an idea of how to do that. But this is what it looks like once it's zip tied to the studs under the body. You're going to pull it all the way over here. This is what it looks like over here. See it? Looks like you get some light on there as you can see it. See it? On the left side of the car and on the right side of the car. It's going to be spring loaded. You're going to run it through. You see those the white clips right there? You see it? Obviously, you're going to run it from the back to the front. That's how you do it. And then you're going to, if you don't have clips like we talked about, you can use zip ties. You see how I did it? That's how I did it. You see it? Now, as I mentioned earlier, you see it? That's how I did it. As I mentioned earlier, there's one particular one here. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see that one right there. It was a loop instead of a. It was a hook instead of a loop. I put the wire wrap, Teflon wire wrap, but then I zip tied it because no plastic grommets were available that I could find. Until I find them, I can use that in the meantime. And then here we go. That's it. It's hooked up all the way to the back. You see it? Make sure you run it through the loops. Here, hold on, let me get out from under the car. Woo! Was it a struggle a little bit? Oh, absolutely. I did the same thing right there. You see it? I put some wire wrap. And there it is. The cable is running right through the loop. And it's going to avoid the chafing. And then I insert it right here. Now, mind you, in order to insert it right here, you're going to have to pull this like so with some kind of hook or something. Pull this cable like so. Otherwise, let's see it. I'm using this right here. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to insert this part back here. We can now install the brakes. This is going to be a little bit tricky, so hopefully I'm going to be able to film everything so you could properly see how to do this. All right, let's get on it. Now, just to be clear, I'm on the right side of the cover. And you see how that forward spring is? That's how it has to be installed. You see where it is also installed? The slot of the slot on the shoe is where the pin and the clip goes through, and that is how it's mounted. You will also notice the word up on the clip. It's right here. I don't know if I can show you. Let me see it. You'll notice there's a word up. This part goes on top, and I'm going to show you all of that. But this is what you're looking for. So don't take them apart both at the same time. Take them apart one at a time, and you'll see. In this particular case, I put the ratcheting of the drum on top, but on the other side, I'm going to put it on the bottom, so it's always the same direction when I tighten the I'm going to tighten the shoe against the drum. So, okay, so this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking to accomplish. Now, let's go do it on the other side. All right, my friend, I'm trying to give you front and center so you can see what it takes to make this happen. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to insert, it's this, it's the mechanism, levering mechanism, this one here, you see it? And as I was saying earlier, you see the word in here says top or up. So I mean, this has to go like this. So what we're going to do is, you're going to hook it. You're going to try to hook the hook. Once you have it hooked, well, that's going to be the key part, is keeping it hooked. Because mind you, now this is, it's going to be tricky, buddy. It's going to be tricky. So I'm going to do my best to keep this thing. Okay, I think we have it. No, we don't. I thought I had it, but we don't. So this is going to be this is where the challenge lies, making sure that that thing stays hooked throughout, make sure it stays hooked throughout this operation. Okay, I think we got it hooked. Okay, now we could put let's put oh shit, come on, hooked. Alright, change of plans. I'm going to try something different here, see if I can make it happen in a different way, because right now, trying to put that hook, it's proven rather difficult, so I'm going to try something different. Okay, so I put the shoe in. I'll hook up the shoe in the meantime. Let's see if maybe I can do it like this. Now, the other side was easier because, as you've noticed in the front, on top of the dry shaft in the front, both cables are now hooked. So there's tension on this cable right here because it's created by that spring that it's on the front mechanism. And it's going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be challenging to make this work, but I mean, it's not impossible. I just have to put some pressure on it somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly. Let's see. I'm going to try to put the other shoe in, see if that helps. See, my friend, if it was easy, then I'd have my little girl do it. Not to mention his bottom stud. That's another challenging. That's all right. We got this. You and I got this. It's just gonna take some figuring out exactly how we're gonna do this. I guess it's gonna be a combination of all things happening at the same time. Oh, sorry. Now, mind you, you're not going to be able to replace the bottom stud because it's hitting against the knuckle. But you can... Okay. We got both shoes in. Let's see if hopefully maybe having done it like this might actually help. All right, so now let's try. I got the spring hooked up. Not hooked up on the bottom yet. Now let's see if we can. Let's see if we can make it happen now. Okay. I'm confident we could do it. It's a matter of how we're gonna do it. how are we gonna do this? Okay. Okay. Let's try it again. Again, this part up. Mercedes, you know. Why did you do it like this, huh? I don't know. I can't tell if the hook is hooked. So you see where the difficulty lies in this particular task right here is actually hooking the cable and keeping it hooked, and then it has to be inserted inside of this here so that it stays hooked. You see what I mean? So let me try this and I'll let you know how long this takes, okay? You get an idea what I'm trying to do here. We did it. I made it happen. How exactly? Couldn't tell you, but verify that the hook is hooked in there. Let's see, you should put this back together and the hook is still not hooked up. I don't know if you can see it. The hook is hooked in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little hard, but you also know that it's hooked because this will be hard to press together. Also, if the hook is not hooked, you can verify that from here. Look, you go under the car, you go to the dry shaft right here. You see where the cables are? Oh, hold on. I lost you. Can you see right here? You'll be easily able to move this if hold on, let me check. Let me see something. Sorry, my friend, I got sidetracked here. Anyway, if if the hook didn't hook, you're gonna have an easy time moving this. But if you cannot move this up and down, that means the hook is hooked. That's how we know this is on. And like I said, if this was not hooked properly, see the word up? This could easily be squeezed and be closed, but that is not the case. Again, take a look at how the spring is installed right there, and you'll notice that the barrel for the setting of the park brake on this side here, I put it with the ratcheting on the bottom versus the other side is on top, so that the same motions, both left and right, can be used to tighten the disc brake. I mean the park brake. All right, so now that we're done with this, let's go ahead and reassemble everything else, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do for safetying the park brake cable to the harness for the rear caliper and so on and so forth. So now I'm going to put you on a stand and we're going to put everything back together here. Okay, we should be able to slap this rotor on with ease. And sure enough, it did go on pretty much with ease. And we can put our safety or screw as a 5mm. Okay, this one goes back on nice and snug, and we can now put the caliper back on. So let me set you up on the other side and I'll give you all the torque specs for it as well. Okay, back to us. The wife made this amazing dinner. I had to stop working just so that I can eat. It was some roasted chicken with potatoes and beans, and let me tell you, man, it was delish. Stuff was banging. Anyway, back to us. All right, so we got the rotor on. We can now put this caliper on. This is a two piston fixed caliper. It has these 18mm bolts, like so. What we can do is use the standby, but I lost my electric ratchet. Standby. Be right back. It won't be long. This will only take a few seconds. Don't leave. There you go, I'm back. Okay, we're gonna snug this baby down. 18 millimeters. It's snug. We can now torque it. Torque on this is 115 Newton meters or 85 foot-pounds, whichever you like. Make sure your stuff is calibrated. There's one. Let's try to go down instead. There we go. We are fully torqued. Now, how you do anything is how you do everything. Let's make it look good. Now these plastic clips right here, they're broken, so I'm gonna put some zip ties around it so that this stays together. I think it's lost. So I'm gonna put it like this. I don't know, I come from a place where the eyes gotta eat too. So we'll make it look good. You know, it's a matter of, for crying out loud, you're gonna do a job, do it nice, do it right. I never was one to kind of like half-fast stuff. You make do what you can with what you got, you know. For example, I would have liked to have the proper clips for that damn park brake grommets and whatnot, but I don't have any of that right now. So I'm just gonna use some zip ties, which will do just fine. We'll hold the clips attached. There we go, that's tight. And that's tight. Okay, looks good. I like it. We can now sit, hold on. Let me get my flush cutters. There it is. All right. This way, if there's ever a mechanic in here, see, nice and flush. You're not gonna get cut with the zip ties. All right, we're looking good. We can now set the park brake. Let me show you how to do that. All right, buddy, this is the home stretch. This is what the job looks like. You see, nice and clean, tidy, make it look good. You know, take a little pride in what you do. This is the aspect of it. Now it's time to set the park brake. You can see that it's rather loose. You can spin it with one hand. Ooh. So what we're gonna do, look for the ratcheting of the barrel. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can shine the light in there. You can see that? You see it? You see the ratcheting? I can see it with the, see it? So now, we can start, let's give it some hump to it. Okay, let me see. Anyway, you get the gist of this, guys. Once you get the, I want to show you where I was going to stop so you have an idea where to stop when the time comes. There you're doing this. Almost there, almost there. Ah, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's finally heard. I would say this is it. See, it's not freely spinning like it used to. It's got a little bit of friction. That's where you want it. That's about it. I'm happy with it. All right, that's it, my friend. This is the end of the road. Put the wheel back on. Torque on that is 110 foot-pounds. Take it for a ride, making sure everything is hunky-dory. And yeah, remember to subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends, your buddies, so that they can see how to do this job as well. Remember to smash that like button, and I will see you. A little too tight. And I will see you at the next one, bud. All right, take care.